Hello and welcome to Silver Wheel Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing another Celtic Cross Variation deep dive video. For those of you who are new, I am doing a study, a deep dive into the Celtic Cross, different variations, how they're used, how they're similar, how they're different, which ones give detailed instructions, which ones don't, you name it. A good study of the spread. It is such a popular spread that has been around for a long time, and so I wanted to do a study of it, and I decided to do it here on my channel. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm explaining, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and lay out the cards in the order that the spread dictates for them to be laid out, and then I'll go through and show you the spread, walk you through what each card represents, the question or the statement for the card, any thoughts I have on it, and then we'll go ahead and actually do a full reading with the cards that I've laid out, and then look at any thoughts afterwards as well. So these videos are a little bit more educational, study-wise, researching the spread than just a regular reading, though I am doing a full reading in the video, so that you are aware of that. Okay, so the spread we're using today, along with the deck that I'm using, is from the Ethereal Alchemist Tarot. And let me just make sure I'm laying these out correctly. It has an unusual way of laying out the initial cards here. This is a beautiful deck. It does barely fit in the screen, so I'll make sure to lift up and show you these top and bottom cards here that may not fit entirely in the screen. It is a very large card deck here, and as you can see, so it's hard for me to fit it in the frame. Okay, so Ethereal Alchemist Tarot. And this is the actual booklet. I also have my own notes. So what I'm doing is I am writing them out and putting my own notes on them as well. Those are quite messy, so I'm going to show you from here. There is no real instructions given for this spread, this version, but it does state at the beginning that this 10-card spread is one of my personal favorites as it offers insights that help identify any negative influences or energies that may be affecting the situation at hand. And then I'll go through the cards, but at the end of card 10's definition, it also states that if you pull, I guess this could be considered an instruction, but it doesn't really tell you how to go about doing it. But it states if you pull a card for this position, card 10, and you are not satisfied with the outcome, then you must begin to change your current thoughts, actions, decisions, and beliefs. Always remember that as an alchemist, you have the power to change your external world by internally changing your mind. So while I agree with that, the information, maybe it's just the way it's written in the book, or that it's, it doesn't give much more than that. It feels very much like a version of the Celtic Cross that is for shadow work. She specifically states that it offers insights to help identify negative influences and energies. And while that typically for me would come up in shadow work, I don't typically personally approach shadow work from a negative perspective like that. I don't feel like I would approach it of saying, what's wrong with me? How do I work on it? Instead, I would typically approach shadow work as approaching self-improvement, and as I'm doing that, things that naturally surface on their own in the right timing get addressed and worked on. And I say that from experience of basically considering the last 8 years of my life have been a ton of nonstop big shadow work, self-improvement, spiritual growth phase of my life. So for me, I feel like I'm prejudging the spread, and I don't really want to do that, but I feel like I don't really love the way that it's laid out. Some of the positions you'll see in a moment are a little bit different than the more traditional versions we've done so far. And some of the card meanings, a couple of them, I believe, have also kind of she's changed them a little bit. So I maybe just don't like change. I don't know. But I am going to try and approach reading this spread with just objectivity, right? I want to really be open-minded and feel it out. I'm hoping it surprises me. I hope I love it. I hope it's a great shadow work spread or otherwise, however the reading turns out to be. But that is my first impression, and this wouldn't be a true study of the spreads if I didn't give you my honest first opinions and feelings of what I'm seeing here with the spread. Okay, so I'm going to go through and tell you what the different cards are. So card number 1 is the Heart of the Matter. I will note again, this version does not have a significator card. Heart of the Matter, that's a pretty common first card to see in this spread. Card number 2, or she states it, I'll read it how it is in the book, is the Present, Heart of the Matter. Card number 2 is the Challenge, the challenges you are faced with. Card number 3, which is where it throws me off a little, she starts it over here. Card number 3 is the root cause of the situation. So since this is a study, I'm going to point out the differences I noticed. Typically, if there is a root cause card in the deck, it's usually down here. Okay, and I will show you the way that it is numbered. And I did wonder as I'm going through this book if there's some typos or if it's intentional. So for the purpose of a study, I'm going with what is printed in the book, whether they intended the layout to be this way or not. Okay, so card 3, root cause, usually I would see it here, but it's in this position. Card 4 is this one, and it is considered the past events that are connected to your present situation. My thoughts here are maybe they intentionally put the past here because maybe they're looking at this as more as the present situation, kind of the history, the present, the past, or maybe they're trying to link the two together through it. Not sure, but the past is usually in this position, but they've got it here. Card number 5, this deck has it up here. Did I write that down right? Yeah, 5 is the future. So that is typically, in most of the spreads I've seen, the goal or the near future most commonly. So this has just the future, okay? And typically this card is in most other decks is going to be like the future, like months from now or something. So I'm okay with the future position being here. But the past position here and the root cause here, it kind of throws me a little. I feel like they're trying to go root, past, future kind of feel. It just doesn't really work for me that well. Anyways, going on. Then we have card 6 is the bottom one. And I think part of also why they've done this is cards 6 and 7 is as above, as below. Actually, it doesn't say as, it just says above and below. So card 6 above is what you are consciously trying to achieve in the situation. Card number 7 below is what lies within the depths of your subconscious mind. So these are new. This is not what you are typically seeing as these card positions. And these would typically be in a row, but I'm going 7, 8, 9, 10 just to fit it in the screen here. And then card 8 is external influences. However, the external influences here specifically state that it is outside influences, energies, environments, and events that are affecting your situation. So it doesn't really mention people at all. It more mentions, which people could be influences, but it mentions energies, environments, events. Basically, your situation. Okay, external influences, external situations affecting your situation. Okay, card 9, we have hopes and fears. That's very standard position, very standard meaning. Your deepest emotions and expectations regarding your present situation. And then card number 10 is the outcome. Also, again, very traditional card position there. This card represents the possible outcome of your situation based on the, she does say it is based on the action steps you are currently taking. So it does feel to be like it's intended to be an intuitive spread, trying to weed out the issues and the problems so that they can be addressed and so that you can actively work with them and basically alchemize your situation and the energies. With that said, the question I had in mind while shuffling and laying the spread is I decided to go with her initial comment of saying that her favorite thing about this version of the spread is that it helps to identify negative influences and energies. And since that's really the vibe I've gotten from it so far, is kind of a shadow work with a focus on the negative to then do, the work with that. The question I asked was, what negative influences are affecting a current situation? So again, these are very broad general readings. So there might be multiple scenarios that the cards represent depending on your current situation. And with that, let's go ahead and dive in. And bear with me if I kind of have to keep referring to my notes on what card is what, because it really does kind of feel like they tried to fit a different spread into the Celtic Cross layout, because the cards are kind of all over the place. But I love that also. Don't get me wrong, because I want to be challenged. I want to experience new versions of this deck, the spread, what people are doing with the spread, how they're using it, how they've changed it to suit what they're doing. So I love that it's very different for the sake of it being different, but I'm also very much not loving it at the same time. It's a love-hate relationship kind of thing here. Okay, so general situation, whatever your situation is, what negative influences are affecting the current situation? So right here we have the present. What is the heart of the matter? Let's get into the reading. 2 of Swords. I knew this was going to be about the mind. The mind has been coming up all week. So many of you are focusing on mastering the air element, the mind, whether it, there's so many different areas. So where this could be different for each of you is it may be in communication. It might be in the area of your life of studying. It might be in the area of perspective or beliefs in a certain situation. Maybe your beliefs are changing. It could be in the area of innovation. Maybe you're working on a creative project and you're trying to get innovative and you're finding struggles with it. Whatever area it's in the realm of the mind, that is what we're dealing with here. And with the 2 of Swords, the heart of the matter is you have been going inward and you have a decision to make, okay? And instead of her having these swords crossed over her chest, she has them down below, and her eyes are closed, but she could very well be looking at them as well. So while you maybe should be going internal, even if you are going inwards, with the eye closed as usually represents, you are focusing so much on the swords themselves instead of the resolution. Okay, so definitely working on something mentally that has to do with the decision. That's the heart of the matter. And I feel like it's a very big thing as well. You know, she's around these large standing stones here. Usually if people are in this type of an environment, it's not small. It's like for a big ritual or a life-changing event or situation or a celebration. This doesn't feel like a celebration necessarily. It feels more like, well, it could be celebration in that it feels very much like coming of age came to mind. I don't think that applies to everybody, but an awakening process, going up a level maybe in your career, some sort of advancement, but you've got to get through this this mental struggle first. Okay, so that's the heart of the matter. And what's the challenge? Four of Pentacles. Stability and balance. Seeing things through rose-colored lenses, through like a rose-colored lens. So we see here with the circle and also the four, because it is Pentacles, four, and typically this card could represent like a stability, but at the same time you have a balance sense to stability, and you also have silver and gold in here, which balance each other out. You know, one's light, one's dark, shadow, light, playing on those energies. And there may be a lack of balance due to a perspective here. Her dress is pink, and I feel like you may be embodying this rose-colored lens, as you can see in the center of the circle. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but this is kind of like a very pale yellow outside, and the inside is this peachy cream, almost rosy colored, very faint color, and her dress is pink. So, and she's right in front of this huge lens. So I get this feeling of viewing a situation through a rose-colored lens instead of for what it really is. And because of that, it's making it hard to have a balance. Okay, let us keep going. Card 3 is this position here, root cause. So what is the cause of this? Needing to make a decision, working in the mind landscape and looking at things with a rose-colored lens perspective. Seven of Cups, decisions. Again, you have decisions to make, but the decision is in the heart. So again, we're finding here, as we've seen with other readings this week, it's a theme, I'm telling you. The heart is affecting the mind, or the mind is affecting the heart, vice versa, or all the way around. Everything's involved here. There is a decision that has to be made, a choice to be made, but it weighs heavy on your heart, and it's kind of messing up your mental landscape there a little bit. It's in the cause. You may have already made this decision. You had all these things to choose from, and I'm hearing you might have chose to grab all of them. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. I know, because I'm that type of person as well. you can choose to say, why can't I have it all? And it's a lot of work, but you're going to do it anyways, right? So it's either that for some of you, or this is standing out to me. What is that? Oh, it's a skull. I couldn't even see it, but I was drawn to it. It's like a copper or bronze colored skull. I don't know if you guys can see that. An ending. You chose an ending. Something that weighed heavy on your heart. Ooh, okay, so this is diving deeper here. This ending that you chose, because you chose the ending instead of any number one of these, and it's the top one, I feel like because you chose the ending, now all of these are available to you. Not that you're going to go after every single one of them, but you could have chose any number of these, right? We have some coins for prosperity. We have some water for emotion. We have, oh, a beautiful rainbow colored rose here. That is cool. I can't really quite tell what this one or this one is, to be honest. That looks like some pink shells, maybe. I don't know. Maybe another flower. That's definitely like a quartz crystal. All good things. Endings can be good too. This could also be ancestry work here. Healing of the ancestry line, maybe with the decision you made. Powerful stuff here. Very powerful. And with the rainbow background, I mean, this decision that you made is definitely something you've already made. I'm feeling that now. And especially since it is the cause of your current situation. It's got this rainbowy background. It came from a very good place. The decision you made wasn't made lightly. It's like the decision itself, when I'm trying to place an imagery on it in my mind's eye, I'm seeing like this vibrant, bright white light with shimmery rainbow behind it. Like, it's a very positive, happy energy. While it may have been a very hard decision to make, you didn't make it lightly, and you really chose what was best for you. It brought an ending to something, but this ending opened up a world of, I was going to say possibilities, but responsibilities came to mind. So that might be where this Two of Swords is coming in, your current situation. In opening up so many possibilities, you now have to make a decision. And also the responsibility of making the decision might be weighing heavy on you on how to proceed and exactly how many different avenues do you want to, how many cups do you want to hold, you know? And if you only choose one from here, which one? Because you still have decisions to make to move forward. You're not done yet. Making the decision to put an end to something, whatever your situation is, that wasn't the end all be all of it, if that's how they say it. It's now the beginning, which leaves you open to so many more decisions and choices to make. But you're trying to view it. Oh, interesting. She's in a pink dress also. Oh, this is powerful. I know this is supposed to be the challenge here. This is you, heart of the matter, real situation, having come from this decision you made, now needing to make more decisions, right? You're not done yet. You're in a pink dress in both of these. I'm viewing this as with her eyes closed in trying to make a choice here. This is what she looks like, and this is how she's envisioning herself in her mind's eye, right? So maybe she's wearing a very humble, simple dress, but she's all glammed up here. Gorgeous. in her power, claiming her power, making a choice. You are already doing this in your mental landscape, but this being the challenge is accomplishing this. You are having a challenge accomplishing this. Again, you've got 4 pentacles here out of, if we say you chose this skull here, that would still leave 6. So maybe out of 6 choices, you're trying to weigh the possibilities of 4 of them to make this one choice. But you're really viewing things through a rose-colored lens, which might actually be posing a little bit more of a challenge than a positive for you. Interesting. Let's see where this goes. Card number 4, the past. Again, it just makes my stomach turn upside down that the past is in this position. Maybe I'm too stubborn. I don't know. Temperance. Again, a need for balance. Temperance is also the alchemy card, right? The traditional cards, you'll see a mixing of fire and water from the cups. Her hair is white. And her dress is white. And this is the past. I have to remember, this is the past. So you're looking in the past at a bright future, okay? Before going through this, you went through some sort of gateway, which really is also representative of endings. You chose this skull. You have all these opportunities now because of it, decisions to make. The challenge is either that you are looking at it through a rose-colored lens, or you're trying really hard to let go of the negative thoughts. And here she's looking at it with roses. She's literally looking into a field of roses through a rose lens. Oh my goodness. So the rose lens, and this is the past. I want to see where else this takes us. The future. Let's look at the future. This one's the future. Ooh, 8 of Cups and walking away from negative emotions. The cups are all in the, oh, I love that. The liminal space of the ocean here between the land and the ocean, the water that's kind of all disturbed, right? All the cups are there. One of them is spilt over. Staring at the moon, representing the looking inward here to make a decision. With the 1 cup turned over, you've made a decision in the future. Within this decision, it holds this action of walking away from a troubled heart, from disturbances of the heart, from negative emotions, from old baggage possibly that has held you back, kept you from moving forward. It is a release and a letting go, a cleansing of this old energy that you have held in your heart space for so long. That is a beautiful place to be going. And I really feel here, this being in the challenge position, I feel like your challenge is that you are trying to look, I got it, okay. This message is being repeated throughout my readings all week. Somebody needs to hear this, or it's a big thing happening to a lot of people right now, even though it's a general reading that might not be for everyone, but it's pretty big because it keeps getting repeated. The challenge is looking at it through a rose-colored lens, which we see you doing here in the past position. Again, I don't like the layout of the cards, but you were looking through a rose doorway, looking to the, oh gosh, okay. You're looking through this doorway. I just want to do this. I'm going to change these so that you guys can see what I'm seeing. I know I'm screwing up the whole order of the cards here. Yep. This, this is your past. We're looking through this doorway, this gateway, this entrance into a future, into a new you, into another dimension, and all you saw were these beautiful, beautiful roses here. You saw it, you believed it. This came down from spirit. You've got white colored hair, white dresses, blue color here representing your personal power. These peacock feather looking designs here in this building. You, in your past, this was the past card, were looking through that and deciding what to do. You then decided, you chose the ending, this skull, the death of what was, to walk through that gateway. You walked through that gateway, okay? That was in your past. In the past, you were just looking at it. You made the decision to walk through it. You walked through it. Now in your current situation, the heart of the matter is you're a bit troubled. You have so many more decisions now to make. Reality has hit you that you have walked through this gateway and you are struggling to still look at things through a rose-colored lens. You walked through the gateway of roses, but as you walked through the gateway, you found yourself in a place of these big standing rocks, this place that needs decisions to be made. The ending is only the beginning, and now you have a lot more to decide, and it's a bit overwhelming for you perhaps. And you have decided that despite these choices, this choice that needs to be made, it's really to go from here mentally and to know it and believe it and still believe it, but walk through that gateway, and this is what the landscape looks like. Your mind is going, what the heck? What the heck is going on? And you still believe it. You know that where you went is this rose garden here. You know that that's the doorway you went through. You still believe it. You know it. Despite your external circumstances trying to tell you otherwise. I mean, there might just be this like little trail that like 10 minutes down the way through like a little, crack in the wall there, you're then to the rest of the rose garden. But you have to make the decision to walk down that path. Okay? And you are trying to figure out how to make that decision and how to make that happen, and to keep believing in yourself, to prove to yourself that you have that confidence and that willpower and that drive to move forward. This is a struggle to let go of those negative thoughts. Any negative thoughts that are trying to come with you through this gateway, they can't survive in where you're going. They can't. This is a test. This is a test of your willpower and your strength and your courage and your fortitude and your ability to take control of your mind and your beliefs to really know where you're going and what you're doing in life is the right decision, and that you're making that decision for yourself. And once you believe it, once you know it, and you say, yes, I don't care that it looks like this. I see this little path over here. I know my outcome is what I saw in the doorway before I walked through it. Okay, so that struggle, this challenge, is to go inward, to keep looking at this current environment through a rose-colored lens is what you're trying to do. And what you need to do is make the choice to go down the path to the side that leads you I'll go ahead and put these back where they go. That leads you to your future, which is a little bit more ways down the path. You come to an ocean area where you truly, for good and final, leave behind the negative emotions that have been ingrained in your heart for so long. Maybe it's the way you were raised. Maybe it was just your environment that you had been in for so long. Maybe you just convinced yourself, you know, that you weren't good enough, or, you know, who knows? You know, maybe you experienced some gaslighting or something like that that really got your mind wrapped around something that wasn't true about yourself. And you're learning here in the heart space to let it go. Your heart is affecting your mind. And the way that you let go of this to get to your future, where you're really letting go and moving forward, the battle for this emotional release is in the mind. The mind and the heart are connected. You can't really separate them. All the elements are. We break them out into earth, air, fire, water, but really there's a little bit of earth in all the other elements. There's a little bit of water in all the other elements, a little bit of fire, you know, a little bit of air. There, you don't really have a singular 100%. There's always a little bit there. Because there's a connection, right? They're all connected. They're all weaving this pattern of life here for you, the energies around you. And so your heart and your mind are connected. The battle is in the mind, but what you're going to gain from it is to let go of the struggles in your heart that no longer serve you. That's where you're going. This is beautiful, because I really feel like this is saying you're going to do it. This is your future. Okay, card number 6. Above. So let me reread the information here. We have 4 of Wands here. That's gorgeous. What you are consciously trying to achieve in the situation. A 4 of Wands. A happy ever after environment, a community, a family, a home, togetherness. So you, again, because this is what you are consciously trying to achieve. This is in the above position, right? Again, this is here. You're imagining this wonderful thing. You are consciously trying to achieve this through this rose-colored lens. You're working on yourself. You're still going inward here. This is what your rose garden looks like to you. This rose gateway that you went through, which you're trying to get to. That's what it looks like to you. Okay. The below, which is what lies within the depths of your subconscious mind. If I can pick it up. This is going to probably give us a little bit more insight to why it's so hard for you to let go of the emotional baggage, and that it's a conflict within your mind. It's like you're trying to decide if you should let go or not, right? Your heart already knows, of course. Subconscious, 4 of Cups. Interesting depiction. She's actually not looking at any of the cups. She's looking to the stars, while she's sitting on cliffs in troubled water. Yeah, okay, I love the symbology here. You're in the rocks, okay? In your subconscious mind. In your conscious mind, you're consciously going inward and looking at things through a rose-colored lens, imagining your 4 of Wands, happy ever after here, time of celebration, togetherness, happy home, right? Community. And you're consciously envisioning that as you're going inward, but on a subconscious level, you're sitting on the rocks in this turbulent water. You haven't quite walked to the, you know, the beach yet to actually do the letting go. It's like you're looking to the stars. I love actually this here in this depiction, that she's not looking at any of the cups. She's not looking at the positive cup, right? And she's not focusing on the 4 cups that are typically usually spilt over and not what she wanted. It's also a 4 here again, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. She is looking to the stars. That is powerful. Oh my gosh. Not the typical meaning of this card, but you know, so what, right? Subconsciously, this is your conscious, this is subconsciously. You are looking to the divine. You are looking to source. You are looking to the stars. You are looking to the expansiveness of the universe, saying, look at where I'm in, right? This isn't where I'm going. Like, I walked through that gateway. This is what I'm facing. What's going on here? Give me some guidance. I could use your help. I'm not looking at the positive cup. I'm not looking at the cups that are usually spilt over. Not looking at any of the cups, looking to the divine for assistance subconsciously. Your subconscious is like wide open to the expanse of the universe, while your conscious mind is the one staying focused on this positive outcome that you want. You have to just believe. Your subconscious is just in this space of rest and belief and really trying to come to grips with it. I feel like this is a new position for your subconscious to be in. And I love how the sparkly color of the stars almost have a yellow color to it. And in the future position here, the 8 of Cups, she's wearing a yellow dress. She has connected to that divine energy. She has received in. So the subconscious, if things typically have to happen right in the subconscious, sometimes before they can come to the conscious, you're trying to pull that out of your subconscious. You're digging deep. Back here again, she's holding a gold pentacle. The color of the skull here, this copper or bronze colored skull with the yellow dress, this is reminding me too that you have dug so deep into your subconscious. Maybe even the collective subconscious. No, it's not the collective subconscious, it's your ancestral subconscious. Is that a thing? I think it might be. That's what I'm feeling here. Like your subconscious has gone so deep that it's not even looking at the cups anymore. It's like looking to the divine. What do I do with these cups, right? How do I move forward? What do I do? All of existence, all that I've been through my entire ancestral line, some huge ancestral healing here with this journey you're taking, whether you realize it or not. And you're digging so deep that literally your subconscious is like out into the expanse of the universe, the divine, the creation, the creator, saying, hey, okay, what's next? Give me some guidance. What's my next step? That's powerful. All right. I feel like this is a really long reading, but that's okay. I'm actually enjoying it. I am pleasantly surprised with the spread. I don't love the way the cards are laid out, but I would definitely so far maybe change if I was to reuse some of the questions. It would just maybe change the positioning of some of these cards, but leave the meanings the same. Again, falling back to that, I wonder if there was some sort of typo in the book. Okay, card number 8, external influences. Ooh, I'm really curious about this card personally, because if you're consciously focused on all that is good despite your rough surroundings at the moment, after walking through a gateway of roses in being in this position, to subconsciously being in a rough terrain here, but looking to the divine for guidance, like you are really positively situated here. I mean, yeah, you might be sitting in the rocks, but you're not at the roses yet, but this is a beautiful position to be in. So why aren't you at the roses yet? Why haven't you released this emotional baggage that's been holding you back? Let's see what the external influences are. I think we're going to find it there. King of Swords. Which is interesting because I feel it doesn't have to always be, but you know, court cards typically, traditionally, represent a person, okay? And however, this position here, external influences, in her book she has written that it is the outside influences, energies, environments, oh, I got it, events that are affecting your situation, which is not a person, but it's your environment. But what affects your environment? Your energies, your events, your situation, but the people around you. Okay, so there is someone in your life that, with their presence in the current situation, the way things are, it's making it hard for you to release the emotional baggage that you need to. So the color of this card, I don't know if you guys can see this, is the same, even down here to then getting lighter up here. It is the same as this turbulent water where she has decided in the future, you have decided, and I'm saying he and she based on the card images, but it's all masculine energy, feminine energy, divine energy, not, you know, it could be, you know, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, it's the energy, right? What the energy represents. You know, is it projective or is it receptive? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it, you know, heavy or light, or, you know, all these different things, right? That these energies represent, the masculine and feminine energies. Okay, so this is just your external influences. I don't feel like this is actually, like, your challenge here is in your mind. Your challenge is not the person or people that are affecting your environment. This is the environment you're in. You definitely have some people or a person in your life, in your environment, whether it's, you know, wherever this is for you. If it's at your career, it could be someone at your workplace. If it's in the home, it could be someone that's in your home, or an extended family member even. You could, there's so many different things it can be, right? I'm not getting that it's not a person causing trouble for you. And I specifically get that also too, because the way the energy of the question is phrased is that it's an event. But I do feel that this simply being your external influences, the people that you are exposed to, everybody, like people, places, things, everything has an energy to it. Everything is energy. That's my view on it anyways. And all the energies together interact and affect each other, whether you kind of want it to or not. Now, you have a certain amount of control to either bring more things in, let certain things out, maybe not let certain energies affect you if you're pretty skilled at working with your own energy. You know, you can block energies or allow stuff in. But if the presence is still there, it's there. And so it's affecting you, even if the effect of it is that the presence of this person or people's energy in your environment is affecting your overall environment and energy, and that is going to affect you, even if it means that it's simply affecting you by you having to focus on it instead of focusing your energy somewhere else. If it's a disruptive energy in your environment and you're having to take your energy to focus in keeping that energy from affecting you, you're still using your energy to keep it from affecting you. So, oh, that's powerful. I got that. Okay, so with that concept, that thought here, the letting go of the need to control it, you kind of just need to let, if your environment is chaotic, instead of focusing all your energies on not making it chaotic, you've got to let that go and focus on your future. So I don't know if that's out of screen or not for you. The moon can represent, going for your dreams, your intuition, what's inside of you, where you're going, what you want from life, okay? What is truly you, this internal knowing. And to get to that, to follow that path, you may have to just simply let go of trying to keep control of all these cups. Stop trying to hold them all up. Stop trying to keep them from spilling over. Things are going to be what they're going to be. And it's not about loving or hating the environment you're in. It's not about loving or hating or being upset or happy. I don't know. This feels a little bit more negative, but about, maybe people that you're around, their energy is affecting your energy. It's about you needing to focus on that and control that. It pulls your energy away. Somewhere in your heart, you feel like it's your responsibility to fix the situation, to make things better for other people, to change the energy in the environment, when you're really only responsible for your energy, okay? Now, yes, we do care about those around us. We care about the environment we're in, and we do have a responsibility of self to kind of keep your environment nice. But what you don't have a responsibility to do is be the one responsible for fixing everything for everybody else, to fix their energy, to fix the environment. I feel like what this is saying here, this energy here, what it's bringing up is that, so if the water's a little turbulent and some cups get spilt over, if somebody doesn't like the decisions you're making, what you've got to let go of in your heart is the need to fix that for them, okay? If you make a decision and that affects the people around you, and maybe they don't like your decision, I'm just trying to come up with analogies here, and so it makes your environment a little disruptive, uncomfortable, you need to just decide. I don't want to use the word need. The choice here is to keep focusing on that. Oh, that it hurt, that they're having a hard time with your decisions, or to focus on you and making the decisions you need to make. The thing that I'm getting here, and this, I feel this is really tied into, this is the mental lesson here. This is the choice that has to be made to let go of the emotional baggage. The emotional baggage is the need to hold on to fixing things for people, being a people pleaser, right? You've already made your decision. You know what you're doing. You're going that way, but before you can actually progress further in your decision, you have to accept mentally that people are not going to agree. There might be people who don't agree with your situation, or even people who are supportive of you being who you are or doing what you want to do in life, that position might make them uncomfortable even if they're not showing it. And that could be affecting your environment, okay? So you need to be willing to let others work on themselves. You are not responsible to work on other people, to do their work for them. You are responsible to do the work of yourself, to keep the harmony within yourself, in your environment, yes. And yes, be considerate and empathetic towards other people and understanding, but that doesn't go to the extent of not being who you are because it might upset the environment you're in. You've got to be okay with knocking a cup over and having somebody not be happy about it because you know that that's what you need to do right now. Okay? That's the energy I'm getting. It's very powerful stuff. That's hard lessons to learn. To let go. You know, what's meant for you is going to still be there. And sometimes, just like you've been through hard things in your life, other people need to go through their hard things. You can't fix their problems for them. You know, a lot of times within environments you're in, even if it's, say, a work environment or a home environment, it's going to affect everybody differently, and each person needs to work on how things are going to affect them. And ultimately, people will make up their own minds on, you know, how to progress, and that can be a hard decision to make. But if you stay true to who you are and you decide to release that baggage of trying to fix where you're at, which essentially is creating a lack of shifting and changing, which you need, you want and need the shift and change. The problem is sometimes change is uncomfortable and you're trying to make it comfortable, is what I'm getting here because of the external influences. Get comfortable in the uncomfort. Feel the lack of comfort. Let it happen. Move towards your goals. Move through it. Push through. Excel forward regardless of your external circumstances. Be okay with the chaos. Let the cards fall where they fall because you know this is where you're going. And you know that everything that is meant for you is going to be yours, and it's going to be better than you could even imagine. Okay, hopes and fears. Empress. Beautiful. And she's in the roses. I love it. With the and the rainbow and the stones and everything. She wants everything. This is the hope. And I love the bird feathers. So the reading yesterday we had a lot of bird feathers, and they were the same looking as these as well. This is the hope. You really do want everything, right? Coming back to this, the root cause, you made a decision to end something that affected your whole life, and because of it, all these other opportunities have opened up to you and for you. And, you know, you walk through that gateway of roses and you want it. You want it all, even the stones. You don't even want to let go of the stones. It's just currently all you see are the stones in the environment and the rough waters. But I feel like you can do it. You can have it all. It's a pretty big thing. We have the rainbow here. A lot of people can't accomplish it. I think it's a pretty tough path that you've chosen. An unusual one, but definitely one that is fulfilling and fertile and blessed and beautiful. You have a love for all things. You see the beauty in all things. This is your hopes here. You see the beauty in the stones here that you're even in the turbulent waters, in the sky, in everything. You see the beauty in the light and the dark of things. And because of that, it makes you unique in a way that you're going to be able to have everything you want. But you have to let go of the fear in your heart, and that fear that is causing you to try and fix things. Okay? Your subconscious is looking to the universe. Let the universe do what it's going to do. Put your trust in the divine. Put your trust in source. Put your trust in your spirit guides, in the angels that you have reached out to saying, help me, please. This is what I want. I don't know how to get there. What do I do? You know, yet you're still trying to fix it because of your external circumstances, right? And that is the big challenge here. And it's really a battle in your mind. And as soon as you can resolve that battle in your mind, let some of that positive emotions seep in, right? So much positivity here to help with the negativity that might still be lingering in your mind over trying to control these external circumstances. If you can let it all go, that is your hope here, is that you're able to let it all go and achieve everything you're going for. But it's hard. I get that. I see that here. This is not an easy choice for you because it might be risky. Internally, you feel like, what if I let go to have everything, if in letting go I don't have everything? I mean, at some point you've got to just trust the universe that what's meant for you is going to be yours. And you're really trying to do that here in your hopes and fears. I feel that you're really being positive here, though. I mean, we see the rainbows in the choice you made, in the cause of all of this. We see the rainbow in your conscious mind here. Okay. And the rainbow of colors in the rose, the doorway that you walk through, and she's standing in the roses here. Okay, let's see. What is the outcome? I do apologize. This has been a very long reading. 3 of Wands. A full solid rainbow. A castle here. It is a looking to the future. It has these wands here that have roses on them. You're still in what feels like kind of a dry place. You went, oh, interesting. Opposites here. This is your future and this is the outcome. So they're linked, right? Interesting. So in the future, hold on, I'm really trying to, the energies I'm trying to tap into, I'm trying to let that information come to me a little bit differently than I'm used to, and it's stumping me a little bit. Yes. Okay. The decision you're trying to make, remember how I said that once you finally make this decision, that it's like you just have to decide, and then you go down this path, right? So you just have to decide to let go. Mentally, it's a mental challenge. When you do that, you go from here and you're walking through this desert area. It might feel, in making the decision, which I do feel you are going to make the decision to let go of this emotional baggage that you have. You're currently in this rocky landscape here, which subconsciously is also very full of disturbed water and rocks and stuff in your subconscious. So very emotional also, even though we're not seeing it in the heart of the matter. It's in your subconscious, it's there. And we see it in the future, in the letting go here in the water, is that you decide within this internal landscape, while it might feel like you're in a desert trying to make a decision, you make a decision. You decide you're going to let go of this emotional baggage, and you go down this path, and you're walking through this desert landscape, and then you're going to go to this place here where you're able to then let go of this emotional baggage. and you are going to have this rainbow, and you are going to have everything that is meant for you. It's a very beautiful outcome. It's clearly a very tough lesson to learn. Again, wrapping it up, looking at it here, shadow work. This is definitely a version of the Celtic Cross that is heavy, deep shadow work. Intense. I'm not really seeing anything else. I really feel like with what each card represents, that the energies really interacted with each other throughout the whole spread. I think that the reading was amazing. It was deep, it was intense, it was long. It's a very positive outcome, but clearly the challenge, the struggle is real, but you're going to make the decision for what's right for you, the best choice, and you're going to be happy that you did. It's going to be better than you think it can be. Beautiful. Okay, so back to the actual deep dive study of it. I am going to say that I would definitely rearrange the order of these 4 outer cards. I feel like there probably was a typo in the book, and even if there wasn't a typo, I would reposition them so that as more in line with the more traditional version of the Celtic Cross, this card number here, 3, I would put, or well, yes, she put 3 here. I would put 3 here for the root cause. I would put 4 here for the past, which is traditional. Those are traditional. It's like they just shifted the positioning of them. Instead of the past being here, I would put the past here. Instead of the root cause being here, I would put the root cause. I would do past. I would keep future here, and I would have this one be the above, right? The above, and then keep this below external hopes, fears, and outcome. And I would still very much keep the approach to this spread. I mean, I really enjoyed it as this way to weed out what is the negative influence. This is not my typical approach to shadow work, and that might be why it seems like such a powerful spread. This is, for me, I would say this would be more of like a very deep dive into shadow work that you're struggling with. So like I said, my typical approach would be self-improvement, self-growth, focusing on the positive and accepting and receiving the shadow aspects as they show up and working on them. Well, say you're working on it and a shadow aspect comes up and you don't know how to deal with it. Okay, you don't know how to fix it. Maybe you're used to knowing how to, or finding different new creative alternative ways all the time to deal with new issues that come up to really drive your own self-growth and self-development. So what happens when you reach a point that you've grown so much that you hit something that's really, really hard to deal with and you're ready to face it, but you actually are at a point where you're going to reach out to the divine or your angels or whatever and say, what do I do? That's the subconscious card we saw here. Like, okay, I'm wide open, I'm ready, but I literally don't know how to fix this. How do I do it? Right? Used to fixing things on your own, but you don't have anybody to ask. You're asking the divine, how do I do it? That's what this spread is for. That is what I would use it for. It is very powerful. I am very pleasantly surprised with it. I would leave all the card descriptions the same, I would just literally put these 3 cards in a different spot on the spread, because it makes more sense for me to have a root cause, a past, and the above here, because to have the past here instead of here really throws me off. The root here was okay because it kind of goes along, but then to have this be the above when it's in a below position was just really challenging. But that's good too, because I mean, that's why we look at these spreads and we dissect them and we figure out what works and what doesn't. And you know, you guys might absolutely love the way it's laid out, so everyone's different. Let me know what you think. Do you enjoy these videos? I feel like this one was really, really long, not wrong. But it does feel very long, and let me know what you think. Until next time, be blessed. Thank you for watching.